Hey there, strangers, my name's Neos, and this is Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Let's get started, shall we? And here we are, Stage 1, Moonlight, Temptation, and welcome to not Castlevania. So for those of you who are somehow unaware, back in the late 80s and 90s, there was a little-known powerhouse of the gaming industry known as Konami. You might have heard of a few of their series such as Contra, Metal Gear Solid, and Castlevania. A 2D side-scrolling hack-and-slash platformer, much like this, which had a very heavy gothic horror theme where players battled typical Universal-styled monsters such as Dracula, werewolves, zombies, bats, and even Death himself. And as many of you might have noticed, a lot of classic Japanese game developers have gone a bit crazy over the past decade or so and have just thrown away a lot of their classic series to the side, leaving a rather large gap for older pixelated series to come back, which is why we've had a massive retro revival with indie developers over the past few years. Enter Bloodstained! Believe it or not, this game right here is actually a stretch goal for the Kickstarter of the game Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. A game set to launch later this year, helmed by Koji Igarashi. Yes, I actually did do research for this video, believe it or not. But he was the lead producer of the Castlevania series, starting with Castlevania Chronicles back in 1999 to Castlevania Harmony of Despair in 2011. And after leaving that company, he decided to launch a Kickstarter for a spiritual successor of the Castlevania series, Bloodstained, which, starting with this game right here, seems to be doing a really good job of filling that retro Castlevania gap. This game right here, as you can see, is more in the vein of the original Castlevania series, the ones before Symphony of the Night, in which we have more of a retro pixelated style and a much more linear level layout. It's not fully linear, but it's much more compared to the later games in the series post Castlevania Symphony of the Night, in which the series took on a Metroidvania 2D style open world type of layout. And the Metroidvania actually came from Castlevania and Metroid, kind of combining those and just having an open world 2D sort of thing. In the original Castlevania series, not all, but most of the games centered around the Belmont family in their ongoing quest to defeat the monstrous Dracula as he continued to resurrect every 100 years or so. In this game, in which I'm assuming is a prequel, you play as Zangetsu, a man who has been given the curse of the moon, hence the name of the game, by demons, and you're on a quest to break said curse. But in a really nice bit of a gameplay twist, this game takes a page from Castlevania 3 from the NES and gives us 4 playable characters, which we'll actually be unlocking as we go along. And that's not a spoiler, that's actually something from the trailer for the game. Woo! And with that, I have finally finished my intro. I cannot tell you how many times I have restarted this recording trying to get all that information out there. If it all sounds like something was edited in there, it probably was, with me cutting out me stumbling through things or using pieces of different attempts at this that sounded better and sticking them together. I have no idea. I might just use all one take, I might not. But basically, I just wanted to put more information in this video than my typical ones. I've kind of been considering starting a sort of a series, like a not reviews series, in which I give out some, backstory and information on the game while playing it and showing it off to you guys. If you guys like the idea of that sort of series for future videos, please do let me know down in the comments with a like or sharing with a friend or anything like that, because I would really appreciate the feedback. But now that that's over, let me just tell you about the game as we're playing it. So up to this point, you've probably noticed a few times I've been using these sub-weapons like this. Well, these purple things, as you probably also noticed as well, will drop us new sub-weapons. This right here being some sort of, like token or something in which you use to ward off evil. I think it's an Asian culture sort of thing, maybe specifically Japanese, I'm not entirely sure. But this right here, this is a totally not dragon skull head thing from the Castlevania series, which we can throw this, this little talisman thing at it to murder it with holy fire or whatever exactly this is. And we're just gonna do that. We're gonna go fight through these things. After doing that, that intro bit take so many times, my brain has completely melted. But don't worry, we'll get through this. This is a fun game, and I like it quite a bit. So now I can actually just talk a little bit more about how the game itself is working. Let's let him fire. Go over here and try to slash him a few times before he fires again. There we go. So these, as you can see, these lanterns, which for some reason float, I kind of wish they didn't. These are a replacement for your candles from the original Castlevania series, in which they will drop not necessarily health items most of the time, but they'll drop ammo and points and stuff for ammo for your weapons and point monies for your overall gamer score. This right here is a mini-boss, in which if we didn't pick that up, we can use this specific sub-weapon in order to take him down very, very easily. So we won't go down there and get hit. Instead, we can do this and just kind of murder him with magic, which, hey, that's cool with me. So we say we move forward. So like I said earlier, there are multiple characters to this game. You may have noticed there's been a couple of times up to this point where it seems like I uncovered extra routes, which I couldn't go through, and that's because Zangetsu right here has a different moveset. Some of the later characters have the ability to jump higher, to slide, to literally turn into a bat, and stuff like that. But hey, what do you say we start a boss fight right here? Cause kablamo, there you go. So those of you who know classic Castlevania stuff, it's well known for its really cool boss fights, and that right there is a really cool looking boss fight. It's some sort of mechanical thing that's here to kill us. It's attached to the train, and it uses this coal in order to power itself. So we're gonna climb on top of this, and then use our weapons to hit that. Try not to get hit by this as it draws us in, and then move back, and then try to hit it a little bit with this. There are some really cool abilities, or like quick ways. Oh, that's right, he doesn't attack there. My bad, I apologize. There's special ways, you can take down this boss really quickly once you get your other characters, because you can actually go back and replay levels, sort of. You have the ability at any point to go back and replay the game and like try to find new routes and stuff. But, oh, I don't have any more of my sub-weapon power. You can see at the top right, we have weapon 2 of 20. Oh, I forgot to dodge that again, but luckily it didn't fire very far. And fire up into the air, there we go. Let's just dodge the fireballs. You'll actually be able to go back and just redo levels if you miss some special items. There are items that will increase your health and I believe attack damage and durability and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Oh, he's starting to smoke, which is probably good for me and bad for him. Let's get out of the way of that and maybe try to dodge this time. Why not? There we go. And he's gonna do that this time. Okay, if we're far enough back where that other attack won't actually hit, he'll just go straight to that one instead, which is fine with me. So now do this. Let's go hit him in the face one more time, and that should probably do it for this dude. Hi there, how you doing? You can pull yourself in a little bit. Cool, 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 cool. And then back up. Yeah! And there we go. So we're going to go over here for some reason, stand behind all this stuff, because kablamzos. Every boss in this game will have a desperation final move to try to finish you off after you defeat him, which is actually really, really interesting. I like that a lot. So, a little pink thing flew out of that boss. I can't imagine what that could be. I've actually beaten this game, by the way. Sort of. I'll explain that in a minute. But hey, good work, Zangetsu. So that pink thing that flew out of there, that orb is, in fact, wait for it, a new character. Hey, there you go. So this is how you unlock your new characters in this game. There are 4, like I said, so we can unlock 2 more after this. So this one right here says, "Thank you for saving me. It was the demon's power used to seal the beast." So basically, this right here, this character, as she will say her name in a moment, I'll just skip through this. Miriam right there is actually, from what I can tell, the main character of the main Bloodstained game that is going to be coming out hopefully later this year. And you can actually swap between these on the fly. As you can see, we got Sword Dude over here, and then she is Whip Lady. So she has the whip from the classic Castlevania series. Weirdly enough, not in the other Bloodstained game, which is actually more of it uses 3D models and stuff. This is the only retro-looking one like this. But each of these has different abilities. Like, she can jump like that, she can jump notably higher, and she can slide. So she could have actually gotten through some of the secret extra routes that we saw earlier, which is super interesting. This is going to show right here. As you see at the bottom there, you can see the alternate routes you could have taken. I like the little map there. And then this shows you the map for the rest of the game, much like classic Castlevanias would often do. We're trying to get through another level or so here, and we'll just kind of show you some stuff. So also, these purple things here, as I've shown you, give you new sub-weapons. And I believe each character has 2 to 3, and it'll just cycle through them. But if I use it with him, it's a weapon that'll only be useful for him. If I use her, then he actually can't pick it up. It's only good for Miriam here. And she has the ability now to throw daggers at an upward angle, which is quite useful, I have to say. Oh, hello. Here's the thing. Let's go ahead and just, another one pop up. Oh, let's get hit at the same time. Either way, so it's really nice that these characters, and she has a longer range as well, which is quite useful. I don't know if the points are useful for anything. They're probably not. Just, retro video game sort of stuff right there. Hello. I don't even know what those are. They're kind of like the zombies from classic Castlevania. They go down really fast and come out of the ground, but they're weird witch people. Hey, look, it's an axe armor. Do you throw an axe? I don't even remember. Well, it doesn't matter. You're dead. All right, cool. So also, as you've seen, in proper Castlevania fashion, there are often breakable bits of terrain. which will sometimes give you alternate routes, which is not classic Castlevania. Well, it is for some of them, not the original. But it might also drop you some food items. And something that's really nice about this game is you can drop straight onto stairs, which is not something you could do in the original Castlevania, and I like it quite a bit. So we have this upward throwing dagger thing, but we also can just get a regular forward throwing dagger, which is quite useful, I have to say. Just go ahead and just murder this guy for no reason other than he's kind of in my way. Ooh, hey there, how you doing? Ooh, hit him a little bit, and then, oh, well, I guess we'll just take you down like this. So each of your characters does have separate health, as you can see at the top left there. If one of your characters dies, they will just be knocked out of your group. You'll go back to a previous checkpoint, which I believe is usually like a doorway or where these guys are or something like that. You'll go through, you go back, you'll lose that character, and if you lose all of your characters, then you will actually lose a life, as it shows at the top left there, and it'll basically be a continue. So we have two routes we can take here. If we're using Zangetsu, if we lost Miriam somehow, we actually can't get up here, but Miriam can. So as you can see right there is a bit of optional stuff there. I actually went to the right the first time I played this, so let's see what's down here. I actually don't know. Hello! Welcome, bad guy. Let's get you, let's see. He's gonna be right there, he's got a spear, but we also have that knife, which works pretty good, I have to say. So swap out yours for your talisman thing, because I think that's pretty good. And I'll see, I don't actually know what's this way. That's actually pretty cool. But I do like how, depending on what characters you have available, which ones you've rescued, which ones are alive, and stuff like that, you can actually go different routes. I don't know why the music is stopped, though, I gotta say. Because, by the way, this game has pretty good music. I like it quite a bit. So you can see these two characters only have about 2 sub-weapons that they've cycled through so far. You can get later, or some of the later characters will have more. We'll see how many characters we can get through here, so that I can show you as much as I can. But I want this video to be, oh, it's not a Medusa head. It's totally not a Medusa head. I don't know why the music is stopped. This game has pretty good music. Old retro chip-tune-y style music. But, yeah, something. I've lost track of my thoughts. Here we go. Let's kill this thing. Oh, hey, she does have one more. That's good. So now we can throw out a sickle, which works kind of like a boomerang. We'll go there and it'll cycle back, hit somebody in the back of the head, and drop that stuff, which is my weapon power, into the abyss. So he's right here. We'll give you more weapon power. The hearts, I don't actually know what they do in this game. In classic Castlevania, that was your weapon power, was hearts instead of health, as you would most likely think. And also up there is where the other route would have taken us, because I went that way last time, and I know that's how that works. Hello, bats! How's it going? Hello, whoa, frog monster. Just go ahead and see if we can hit some people with that on the way. Oh, you can catch those. That's super neat. Hit them. Nope. Okay, then, okay, we're gonna swap out before she dies. That would be bad. Oh, maybe I got that mixed up. Oh, hello. You're gonna splatter as he hits. Okay, cool. And points! Cool. Let's try to dodge all of these. Neato. I love how this, it looks and feels like an NES game, but it's much more smooth and polished and stuff. It's very fun. Also, this game does have your classic knockback like you have in your classic Castlevania games. However, this game does have options. Hey, look, it's not fleamen. They're frogs to fleamen, as the older games would have. As we're brought in by vultures and stuff. I've played a pretty decent amount of Castlevania at this point. I know some of these things. But weirdly enough, I wasn't a big... I didn't really play Castlevania when I was younger. I started playing Castlevania when the first one was released for the PlayStation 1 version on the PS3's like virtual PSN store. It's when I first played Castlevania 1 and then Symphony of the Night. In which, by the way, Symphony of the Night, like, blew my mind. Even though I was playing on PS3, I had trouble believing, oh, hey, he's got a new power there, too. I couldn't believe, by the way, we can do this, it makes our attack stronger. So, hi there, how you doing? We'll just smack you, one-hit kills. And these abilities will carry over to other characters. So, his special, stronger attack will make her attack stronger, and we have a character later that'll have shields and stuff like that, which can actually carry over between characters, which is really, really neat. I actually don't want that ability right now. So let's go ahead and kill you. There we go. But I didn't until Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which just blew my mind. I couldn't believe that that sort of stuff existed on the original PlayStation 1, because I didn't own a PlayStation 1. I started with the 2. But I went back and played a lot of PlayStation 1 games. I couldn't, like, it kept adding stuff. And I was legit really impressed by how much stuff that game had in it. There's a reason that game's a classic. Hi there, how you doing? I'm just gonna do that. You can knock projectiles. Ooh, just gets with that. Give me some energy? No. We have a maximum of 20 weapon energy right now. You can get much more later. But you're, she has a much slower melee. It's much more deliberate. But, oh, can't quite get through those. But ooh, let's not lose this guy right here while I'm trying to show this game off. But you can knock melee, or knock projectiles out of the air, which is quite nice. I like it a lot. Unfortunately, we don't have an upward attack right now, so we'll have to avoid all that and see if we can get some health. So let's go down. Hey there, how you doing? Let's go back to you and see if we can get one of these talisman things. We can! And some of this stuff. Anything over here? Nope. You gotta always check the walls and see if there's anything you can grab right there. And go! Hit him with that, and hit him with one more, and that'll take him down. Luckily, these guys go down just 2 hits, which is quite useful. Very, very swanky and snazzy, as I often say. All right, so let's go through here. Oh, hey, looky there. Looky there? Yes, looky there. We can break through this, and oh no, we can't get through here unless we're using Miriam. She can grab that, which increased our weapon power capacity by 10. See at the top right there, we can now hold up to 30 weapon stuff, which is quite nice. I like that quite a bit. Let's go ahead and break you. But hey, if she gets knocked out, you're not able to get to that. That's the only way you can get in there, is that, or if you have one of the later characters, which, you know, I couldn't be playing with right now because we haven't unlocked him yet. So as I was saying earlier, you can sort of go back. I'll go ahead and just explain this to you right now. You go Curse of the Moon, which allows you to actually go back and replay previous levels if you want to unlock stuff. However, that will just bring you back to that level, and you will not have your later unlocks, like characters and stuff. However, this is only not exactly a spoiler, but you know what, I want to explain it very well. I will just, that's a weird thing to say. I'll just say that the after you beat the game, you can unlock a new gameplay mode, which will continue the game. And from what I can tell, there are 3 of those in which you will just continue the game, like, for a 3rd time, and that may possibly allow you to go back and play through the whole thing with all of your characters, which is quite interesting. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really interesting way to give you some more replay value. Playing through this game just one time on my very first attempt took me about 3... Oh, let's see if we can dodge all this stuff. Took me about... Let's dodge you. Thank you. About 2.5 hours, I believe. And then... Oh, got hit by that. About 2.5 hours, but then we have multiple extra, you know, playthrough options. So you gotta come through the ceiling. Hello, how you doing? Try to hit you a few times. I don't know if I'm gonna beat him this turn because I don't have both my characters at full power. And oh, right, she's got that attack. Oh, and then there's those. Oh, that's a problem. Let's throw that down, try to break the bubbles. Otherwise, we're gonna die by bubbles. As you know, that happens sometimes. Oh, and there goes Zangetsu. Unfortunately. All right, then let's bring out. We're probably gonna end up losing with her. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna let her get her butt kicked so that I can show you how it restarts, and also so we can start with all of our health on both characters. So just go ahead and take her down real quick if you wouldn't mind, please. Whatever you are, creepy witch ladies, I would appreciate that. That'd be great. And now let's get back to that guy. All right, as you can see, I actually start back here. We don't start back right at that. I usually start either where those guys are or certain doors. I'm not entirely sure which. These are probably your checkpoints. But hey, I'll go ahead and get back to that guy, and we will continue from there. All right, and we're back. So this time, hopefully we'll be able to take this guy down just a little bit easier with this turtle Tor person, half mechanical man, half a turtle. I have no idea what's going on here exactly. So let's dodge that, and he'll fire off this thing. And then all the things will fall from the ceiling, and then we want to jump over that. Luckily, with her, we can just jump straight over it, and ceiling stuff will come down. It usually comes and splits above you, and then you want to dodge that, and hey, there we go. He's probably gonna move back over here. Let's dodge under that, and now we can start using this to throw up at you. Nope, not that way. And then we switch to this guy, put down some of this fire, which will break some of the bubbles, which are, weirdly enough, very threatening. And throw that there, and swap back to her while that's activating, and there you go. See, I love these old games where you just, like, figure out their boss patterns, and you can just mix all your stuff together. But what's really nice about this is you have all these characters, and depending on which ones you keep alive, you can really... Ooh, which attack is this? I don't even remember. You can really, like, mix your stuff together in really creative ways. So let's just go ahead and dodge through here, let that all fall there. If you have Zangetsu, you have to use these, but we have just her. We just jump straight over it. Let's try to do this without taking a hit. Why not? That'd be fun. Ooh, and then there, and then there, and then dodge! There we go. Let him go that way, thank you. And we'll try to just, let's see. Oh, you did the wrong button. Well, too bad. Now I'm gonna take a hit because I'm stupid. Alright, yes, because we can't dodge the bubbles very well now. That's fine. Luckily, her attack is slower. It has more time out there, so it'll hit more of the bubbles. There we go. Ooh. Just see if we can take you down. You're getting very close here, I feel. Yeah, and there we go. We have taken out... Oh, but wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. We have a last time desperation attack, like I mentioned before. Ooh, and there it is. We took a hit anyway. I couldn't remember what kind of attack that was. So, because like I said, I've beaten this, but I've only beaten it the one time. And I haven't played on the harder difficulties or anything. Also, by the way, there are multiple modes that you can select from this, from Veteran to Classic. So you can play this with knockback, like proper classic Castlevania knockback as you've been seeing me play here. Or you can play with no knockback and no lives. So you just continue infinitely, which is hey, if you need more retro stuff, there you go. So that would have been defeated by the guy, da-da-da-da-da. So the whole thing here, if people want a proper playthrough of this, I'll be more than happy to give it to you, and then we can read all the stuff there. Alfred has become an Alphi? Has become an ally. Alfred here is actually more of a... He's Alucard, the son of Dracula, from Castlevania 3, where he's like an old dude who can just do some magical stuff. So for instance, we have no energy. He can make a shield and he can shoot out icy stuff and things. And then our later character will be Alucard from the later games, which is kind of cool. If I said that right, I hope I did. Let's get through one more level here if we can real quick, so I can show you the last of the 4 characters, and that's about a third of the way through the game. I believe, or is it? I think there's 9 stages. I can't quite remember. But hey, this guy right here, he's got a shield. And we grabbed... Oh, did we get any other weapons for him? No, we did not. I just gave him the same shield. But it's a very, very useful ability in which you can just activate this and just walk through enemies and just grab everything as you go. It's quite nice. I like it. Do that. And now we have the ability to make a shadow clone of ourselves. You just fling him out there and just get you more range, but only in one direction. It doesn't go back the other way. So it's not the most useful, but it's a thing. It's interesting. I think it's kind of neat. Let's swap back over to you. Again, I don't really know why the music is stopped. I feel like it should be here, but for some reason it's not. I don't really want to use that one because we can throw this up at you, finish you off like that. Quite nice. So, yeah, like I said, this is just your classic Castlevania style stuff here. It's really nice. I'm going to probably swap over to this guy and try to show him off a little bit. And then, because I'm really just wanting to show the last guy, I'm giving you just a taste of what this game is. I think this was like a $10 game. It's pretty cheap. I like it quite a bit. I'm not going to probably do a full playthrough of this unless people want me to. And since we've already done some editing, I might go ahead and just edit to the next boss, show you the next final dude, and that'll be that. Okay, so also, by the way, here, this is a guy, that you cannot get past because he will not stop, and you cannot just plow your way through that. I've tried. So once you go this way, however, we do have the old man here, Old Man McOldman, who has the ability to destroy projectiles. So we can go this way if we can actually kill him before our thing runs out. Hey, and there we go, perfect timing. I've not actually seen this way, so again, let's try a different route. So maybe I will show a little bit of this, and let's swap over to, I want to keep, oh, ice ability. There we go, this is a new thing to get show off. You break this, well, you cannot. If we go over here, we can throw down the talismans, as you've seen so far, or wards. I think they're like spiritual wards or something like that, based on my anime experience. Let you fire. Hey there. Hey, okay, fine. We'll just fire this out, which freezes anything in front of you. Anything that gets frozen will get broken in one hit. So the old man does have some pretty good strategies, and I've seen ways to use his ability mixed with hers, which lets you take out the first boss in one attack, basically, and don't have to do anything. It's quite impressive and really game-breaking and dumb, and I like it. So now that we've frozen that, we can actually jump up here, I believe? No? Can we not? I feel like we're supposed to be able to jump on top of that. Maybe I'll give it just a minute and try it again real quick. Hi there, how you doing? Just want to do attack there? There we go. Take a little bit of a hit there. Can we jump on top of you? It really feels... I know you can use these as platforms sometimes. This apparently is not one of those times, unfortunately, because that seems like that would be really cool. So let's go on down here. Let's get let's see, new ability for you, maybe. What do you got? Oh, just fire again. Actually, fire would be really good for this. I said I was going to cut from here, but this is all new stuff, and I like it. All right, so just activate your shield and just go. Go, old man, go. Old man is one of the best characters in this game, even though he's got really terrible range, and he's got very limited abilities, but like his abilities are quite good, as you can see. It's crazy good. I like it quite a bit. But I want this video to be super duper crazy long. Hey, look, there's a new enemy right there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and cut from here, and then I will show you the next boss, and I will show you the next character, and that will be our video. So I will see you there. Oh, and real quick, I'm just going to show you this. Here's a secret passage that I got from breaking a wall behind an enemy, which allows us to go in here and just get an extra 1-up. And there's like nothing else in here. It's not a route we can go. It's just for collectible stuff, which is quite cool. I like that. It's neat. And we're back. Welcome to our next boss fight here. Hey, we found a room that's full of gold. Isn't that super cool? Look at it. Oh, we're rich now. I feel like everything's going our way. Nothing can go wrong. What is that? I don't know what you are. You're terrifying, but you're made of gold. So this boss fight is really quite interesting. Also, I grabbed this for her. I also grabbed an upgrade to Miriam's health up there. We found a heart that allows us to do that. But this right here, since we're using Miriam, we can jump really, really high with her. Let's go ahead and hit you with this again. As you can see, this money is actually damageable, which is really, really useful. If you happen to not have her and you can't jump high enough, you can actually use other characters to make a path for you. It doesn't actually damage the boss, because you have to hit him in the head, but it's really, really quite cool. I like that a lot. So hey, it's a basic boss, but I really like this idea it's got going here. I believe it's just gonna try to slam on you. There you go. So just back up a smidge, just right here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and then we get launched into the air, and then we finished him off with a final blow. That's pretty cool. Hey, here's our final desperation try to kill us maneuver. Just dodge between all of that if you wouldn't mind. And now that the we got hit in the gold or in the whiteness, and then also it turns out that wasn't gold at all. It was skulls. We were fighting for skulls and being attacked by skulls. This is a terrifying world that we're in, apparently. But hey, there we go. We're gonna go fight not Dracula. He's Prince of Evil or something like that. And now, welcome our last character in this little pink sphere thing. Hello, you look a lot like a vampire of some sort. His name is not Alucard. Or he was a shard binder, I believe. Gebel, Gebel. I remember the trailer pronouncing his name strange. It's like Gebel. You think it'd be like Gebel. Gebel. So now we have a final dude who looks like the dude from that one of the first memes ever on the internet of all your base are belong to us. But he has the ability to throw bats. He's a vampire. He throws bats and he can transform himself into a bat, which I will show you at the beginning of the next level, which is good for progressing certain ways. So super neat. So we beat 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th level here, and this is where we're gonna end our video. I was gonna show you what Gebel can do. So we should have some actual experience with it and see. Blast me into heaven. Ooh. But here we go. You can actually turn into a bat, and you can use your power to smack into things if you have, enough energy to do so. We ran out immediately. But this is his attack. He can't jump very high. He can't slide. He just throws bats. It's interesting. Also, they're apparently not very powerful on their own. Get him with multiple bats in order to even take down a basic zombie, which is quite crazy. But later on in the game, if you get to areas that are a little bit too difficult for you, you can totally just use this to cheese the whole thing. And I love that. I don't normally like cheesing, but I love the ability to do that if you need to. So you grab a bunch of this, like, oh, I don't want to go through all this stuff. Let me go behind all the characters up in the top right there. There you go. And then we go around, and then we land on a zombie, and there you go. So, hey, this right here has been Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. And I think it's a pretty good game, especially considering that this was a Kickstarter stretch goal. Also, here you go. Here's a side route that you can go. You can probably get energy out of those. But because we have Gebel here, Gebel, we have the ability to go a different way. And he has all upward attacks, which works really well on characters like this. So, hey, there you go. It's pretty cool. But again, this was it's just a little bit of a, I guess, a not review. This was not a review of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. And like I was saying before, if you guys like this style of thing where I'm kind of just taking a one-off look at a game and trying to be a little bit more informative and try to show off and explain things a little bit more than I normally do, please do let me know down in the comments below, or with a like or sharing with a friend or anything like that, because that sort of thing genuinely does help me and the channel out way more than you guys realize. And I would just really appreciate any input you guys have on like what I should do with the channel and trying to help it to expand and grow and, make it how the kind of channel we can all enjoy. Also, we can totally become a flaming bat. You can totally do that. I like that a lot. But hey, like I said, this has been Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I hope you guys have enjoyed a look at this retro-inspired... Hey, we can slide through here. Hey, just avoid all those fights. I love... It's cool. You can do a lot of cool stuff there. I'm just gonna hit this werewolf. Oh, hello. Or just giant wolf. I don't know. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this retro-inspired 2D hack-and-slash platformer action. Take care. And I will see you next time.